Welcome to the Broken Pencil Booking Company Pro Wrestling Podcast infused with hip hop. I am Wood.
Made daily with organic, farm to table, localized, neuralized, sterilized, Scotch guarded for 2020 repellent, available online, shipped via Amazon, not available on Sundays, Broken Pencil Logic. You stay classy, internet. I'm Suave Burgundy. Absolute trash.
I'm over here working. I'm literally
Oh
doing.
my God.
I'm
That's
doing
terrible.
stuff, and then I was looking at the dope graphic that you have up here, and that kind of threw me off kilter.
You can't get caught up in the lights. You've been here too long. Now, first of all,
Blinded by the light.
flashing light. First, let me finish what we were doing before we hit record. Boom! So there's my windmill style.
There it is.
Secondly, you just gave me an idea, so I ain't gonna give you too much flack behind this. But yeah, you did a horrible job on the intro. Good God, we gotta have like a team meeting or something. But you gave me this phenomenal idea. At some point, I'm either gonna bow out gracefully or age out of bars. More like bow out gracefully.
Oh, gracefully, yeah.
So I do need to start brushing up on and sharpening my production chops.
Uh-oh.
But I want my tag to be what I just said to you when we started the show. Absolute trash. Like, do you realize how big of a flex and oxymoron that is for that to be the producer tag of somebody who drops some shit that's absolutely jamming?
I was gonna shout out a couple people, but I can't even do it. Run with it. That's yawn. Run with it.
Indeed. I'll get on it at some point. Pause. But yeah. Now I said it publicly, so that's like poor man's copyright.
Today's date.
Intellectual property.
Right.
Proof of concept.
Today's date, Monday, June 2nd. You're hearing this on Tuesday. You're watching this on Tuesday, June 3rd.
Episode going up.
Yeah, my Lord.
Tuesday. Yeah, my Lord.
I said, yeah, my Lord.
Yeah, my Lord.
20 and 20.
I got 5 on it.
Got it good.
Straight like that.
Before we get started, let's clean the house.
The look on your face is one of disgust.
You see the lower third.
On both sides.
On both sides of the fence.
It ain't just two sides.
Congratulations to the new World Wrestling Council World Heavyweight Champion, Carly Colon.
Lido.
A.K.A. Carlito. Not all good things come without a cost. This one definitely came with a cost. As WWE has come to terms with the lack of renewal of contracts of both Carly Colon, as well as our one of our most fabled, storied heroes on this show since day one. Two-time NWA World Heavyweight Champion.
Talk that.
53-time 24/7 7-Eleven I-95 South World Television Champion.
Yes, Lord.
Ron the Truth Killings, aka R-Truth.
I don't know how many times tag team champion. We should look that up at some point during the episode.
Matter of fact, no time like the present, because if we're talking about him, we deserve to put all the stank on it that needs to go on it, because this is sad.
R-Truth Goat Talk. So for those of you who are not in the know, or it has not come across your timeline or whatever,
and this ain't the first time we've done this either. This is a whole other goat talk for the wrong reason. But go ahead, Squad.
Indeed, if it has not crossed your ears before now, R-Truth, his contract is not being renewed with WWE TKO. Per his tweet and announcement of said developments, he used the words "just got released." So that means there was a conversation that happened, and one side decided to pull out, and the other one that wasn't their intention. So now, unless we are all being worked to a level that has never been seen in the modern era, Ron the Truth Killings is going to be 100% available to do business
Very
sooner than
very
later.
soon, and not within not more than 90 days from now, less than 90 days from
Yes,
now.
when a contract expires, it's the Lex Luger rule. Show up
Show
when
up.
you show up. Show up and show out. So if his contract expires on a Tuesday, guess who can pull up on Wednesday?
Ron the Truth Killings.
Guess who can pull up on the weekend for the indie shows?
Ron the Truth Killings. Guess who has a built-in name ready for the Hurt Syndicate?
Ron the Truth Killings. Guess who can go pull up a House of Glory whenever you want to?
Ron the Truth Killings.
Guess who can go to Japan just to shock people?
Ron the Truth Killings. But I don't know if people understand how monumental this is for him. The character and by the way, let's go down to championships. 2-time hardcore champion. I've heard 53. I've read 53. I've read 54 times. I like the higher number. We'll go 54. 54 times.
54 times.
11.
Hey, oddly enough, that's the number on John Cena's throwback jersey.
54 times, 24/7, 7-Eleven, I-95 South World Television Champion.
Yeah.
2-time hardcore champion, 2-time United States champion,
Yeah.
2-time World Tag Team champion.
Come on, talk that. That's money.
And then he actually won, which I really like this, and I don't know why it ended, but the mixed match challenge, he actually won the second season of that.
Truth be told, I don't know why they stopped that either. That would have been a good opportunity for some of your younger talent who don't hit the main shows to get a little extra ring time. Plus, I mean, we're in a position where we're doing nonstop content.
And you cheated to get good storylines because, like, Liv and Braun Strowman? No, Alexa Bliss and Braun Strowman.
Yep, you got mileage out of that. You got Naomi and Jay.
Yep.
Bringing the reality show to real life in the ring.
Jimmy.
Like, okay, so look. Because I really thought I was going to get on this episode and be real mad and shoot all the slugs that needed to be shot at WWE for being disloyal, fool-made, blank, and whatnots. For being those people. So everybody knows what that is. You ain't got to go far on the internet to see it. Everybody knows this move this is not solid. This is not keeping it 100. This is not G. Any of the colloquialisms we use to define upstanding behavior. This is not that. This is disloyal. Beyond a shadow of a doubt. Steve Lombardi worked till he died and he ain't dead yet. He's still employed in Stanford.
Do you realize that this man, minus the 5-year stint in TNA, was with WWE for 20 years? The last 17 of which were consecutive.
And
what's the rationale behind this? Lesser men have gotten more.
True, and that's why I have such a problem with it. Lesser men have received more, and not very many have done more than the person you did this to. Name the people that got 20 years on them.
Randy Orton,
Miz Morelli, who oddly enough unfollowed, reportedly deleted all WWE related tweets.
There was a few of those that did that.
Unfollowed WWE, but his contract is supposed to expire next month. So that's hey, this was not a popular move, which is why, like, okay, we discussing it as a news story, but this is why we had this conversation that you need
Falter in our house. Also, continue.
You need legitimate media. I understand this situations like this is why you probably won't, because if we're being worked, this is phenomenal.
Like we can walk all of the vitriol back, and there's not much. It's just disappointment is what it is.
It's sucker shit. 100%. There's no way around calling it anything else. It's 100% grade A, farm to table sucker shit.
Sucker shit. Yeah, there you go.
Like when people ride for you like that, he is the absolute textbook definition of a WWE employee.
A company guy.
Of what you want a superstar to be.
What do you need me to do? I got you.
Whatever it is, wherever I got to pull up and do press, whatever I got to do to help younger talent get established, whatever role I got to play for whatever angle to help somebody else get over. However many times I got to sit in catering unbooked and it's no big deal to me because I love what I do type situation. You don't get rid of those people.
Not to mention, he might be, and I think he is, was the oldest active competitor on the roster. Not wrestler, competitor, which means he was just in the ring on Friday getting handled by JC Mateo.
I don't like some of the stories and reports I've seen as to why this decision was made, but until I know anything substantiated, I won't even get into those. But before we went through our superlatives with Ron, the truth killings, I said at first I thought I was going to get on here and be angry. But this has pushed the conversation to a question that ties into another news story that all comes back to WWE. Vince ain't talking to his kids. Well, the ones that are still involved with Stafford, he ain't talking to his kids. There is a rising concern and criticism with Uncle Trips and his booking decisions and who he's putting over, who he's putting up on the shelf, XYZ. And Old Man River has put in some legal documents and paperwork behind an entity called 14th and First. 14th and First.
14th and First.
Which is a company geared around sports, wrestling, and entertainment. And if anybody kind of wants to know what the coincidence or the intersection is about the new name, 14th and First is the corner that Titan Tower used to sit. Or where WWE headquarters used to sit. It used to sit at 14th and First. That man ain't dead yet. That man ain't through shooting slugs. So I know everybody had the conversation.
Well, this ain't the show for that, but sidebar from this before we get back to truth.
Yeah.
Since we've last talked on the air, John Laurinaitis, aka Johnny Ace,
they call him Flipper,
says turn states for immunity.
Boy, that's crazy.
John Laurinaitis turned states, and 45-47 walks Larry Hoover.
Man,
in the same week.
Vince going home. He ain't going to jail. We didn't already talked about this. We just trying to see how much money he gonna be out of. But for Laurinaitis to have him turning state's evidence does not absolve him of anything he participated in.
It just says that he can't be tried.
It makes him privy to the evidence they're going to try to use to convict or to do what they're going to do with Vince.
First party participant.
No honor amongst thieves.
Who would have flipped first?
Say, man.
Because, you know, first of all, Vinnie Mac would have, I don't think he ever would have done that.
Nah.
Even if he'd done it before, I think he would have done it now.
I feel like He done lied on some people. He done threw some people under the bus. He done some different stuff. I just don't see him being a federal witness. I don't see him snitching on anybody. Because now, like, I had not had a clear explanation of the difference between being a witness and snitching in a very long time. This is snitching. This is what I detest. Because you morally made the decision to participate in this. And now because you are wanting to skate the consequences of your actions, now you are willing to double down on someone else's punishment and condemnation. If this was a full episode, it'd be titled Sucker Shit. And this is not me picking sides on who's right and who's wrong as far as the, Vince versus his accusers. This is me looking at Laurinaitis like you are a spineless Nigerian.
Because you were right there and everything, and you decided that the pressure was too tough for you. You couldn't take the heat, so you opened up the door to the kitchen.
And you waited as late in the game as possible to do this. So this wasn't like I participated, but it ate me up inside. So now I'm morally conflicted when the hammer drops. Let's go ahead.
You were out of sweaty shirts.
I need to cleanse my palate. It was not a palate cleanser when you flipped. It's this ain't going away. This ain't going away. They throwing this at me. They looking like this. You know what? Let me save my own ass.
This ain't that show though, Suave. We back.
It ain't.
Yeah, we got time next week for it, but this ain't that show.
But it is kind of that show because we bought the truth around here.
So
yeah. Make the block.
Now back on truth.
Back on truth.
The number 2 selling shirt that's been on sale. What at this point would have been 10
2
days.
Weeks. I was gonna say 2 weeks. Yeah.
Ron Cena. The time, my time is now, or was it last time?
Yep. So that debunks one rumor I read.
That shirt's gone. No longer on shop.com. Not sold out, gone, removed.
So it was a top selling item prior to, now it's just not there.
Gone. Not even crazy. The clearance, gone.
Yeah.
Like if you ain't got one, you ain't getting one. If you got one, you better not wear it.
But see, that makes me feel like it might be more of a work because WWE is never about turning the money faucet off. They'll let you buy out the inventory because it's still Brock stuff that's on clearance.
Monday Night Raw is in Tulsa this week. The crowd was audibly loud chanting. And first of all, that crowd, and I'm not just being biased. That crowd is pay-per-view quality.
That's
Tulsa deserves a pay-per-view behind that crowd.
That's a top 5 American crowd for the year, especially for Raw.
And not even on no manufactured chants. Like it was all organic. We even heard "We Want Truth" chants. Where's Carlito chants? Audibly loud.
Thank you to those fans because that's who I was calling for the whole time. Somebody had to make me feel better about this nonsense because that's what it is at the end of the day is flat out 100% nonsense.
There's been numerous releases throughout the years. I think this year we had 30, close to 32 prior to this weekend. Mm-hmm. And I don't ever recall hearing a chant for a release. We've heard CM Punk chants over the last 10 years, but I mean that's
unique circumstances.
Yeah, but for a release talent, we've never heard chants. At least not to my knowledge. And I promise I'm not trying to be a prisoner of the moment. The good thing is
I'd have to think about it for real.
The character that Ron Killings is in real life,
facts,
coupled with the organic chemistry that he brought to the screen in WWE, can translate to whatever he wants it to be, wherever he wants it to be. Because the one thing that he can do in any other organization active in the world right now is be familiar with the locker room. They've all came and shook his hand or had some time with that man over the last 25 years.
I feel like he's going to be one of those people. He's like a unicorn in professional wrestling. You can leave and nobody has anything bad to say about you. Like, you don't see one person in the business, of the business, around the business, making any sort of snide comments like, karma comes around for whatever, just anything cryptic. No one said anything except love for R-Truth and damnation for WWE for making this decision. It reeks of disloyalty. Reports are saying the locker room is uneasy, and not in that let's go be competitive way. That let me start figuring out my shit.
Yeah, like do I need to keep a bag packed at all times?
Yeah, let me keep my affairs in order. I need to send out some hey big head text.
Did you watch the last episode of Dark Side of the Ring with Muhammad Hassan?
No, that's the one. I have not watched that one yet.
There was a part in there towards the end of his run where he was talking about he is about to put a bid in on a house, and he goes to the back and he pulls John Laurinaitis to the side and asks him, "Hey, look, man, I'm about to put this money in on this house. Like, do I need to buy this house?" And Laurinaitis told him, "Don't buy the house." That's what's happening in the locker room right now.
Now, if you had operated with that type of integrity, you see what I mean? You see what I mean? That's keeping it G. Nobody on the corporate side would be mad at you telling him that. The talent probably appreciates that you were honest with them so that they didn't waste that money. Why can't you live your entire life with that type of integrity?
And considering the time that we were in back when that happened, that was a very wise decision to say, don't buy a house right before the bottom fell out of the housing market.
And that's the truth. Boy, the truth will set you free.
The truth. That's what I almost put at the bottom, and it was too easy.
Boy.
It was too easy. At any rate, Ron Killings, fellow salute. Carolinian,
salute.
Not just salute. You have an open door to the Broken Pencil Booking Company. That said, this show is sponsored by Vida Hermosa Cigars, VitaHermosaCigars.com. Check the site. If it's up, great. If it's not, well, still, there's a placeholder there now. So the site, we right around the corner. Oak City Cigar Festival in Raleigh, North Carolina. We will be there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the 6th, 7th, and 8th. Or wait, no. Yeah, that's it. I got my days right. The 6th, 7th, and 8th. We will be there. Also, the good people at Serwin Vega Audio, SerwinVega.com, Serwin Vega Pro Audio, for all of your pro audio needs. We on a boat.
On a boat.
Motorcycles.
Yeah.
your studio equipment.
Boom, boom, boom.
We got headphones. We rocking these bad boys right now. The portable Bluetooth game is impeccable. They're competing in this space right now, and they got some good stuff. And
can you hear me now?
Say what? The bass kind of blocked me. So what you say?
Serwin Vega.
Do yourself this favor. Go to SerwinVega.com. Shouts out Henry. Shouts out Gary.
What up?
You put anything in that cart, it asks you for a code. 4 letters, 1 code. BPBC.
Get 10% off.
We told you we doing this.
You'll listen at some point.
So you want these studio monitors I got up here, these 10-inch 3-way wireless monitors? 10% off them bad boys. You like them 8 inches that Suave got over there? 10% off them bad boys. You like these cans? 10%. Easy.
Just
find you something. SerwinVega.com. Use the code BPBC, 10% off. Just like that. Gang Green giving you the red and black. One more thing. Do you even want to put up the shop?
Now they can take the week off. We got merch.
Oh,
we got merch.
Oh, praying hand emoji. Shouts out Jake One.
You feel me? Mayor.merch.shopify.com. Matter of fact, we're not gonna complicate this. It's already up at Broken Pencil BC. Tell them where to find us so I can tell them where to find it.
Show at BrokenPencilBC.com, BrokenPencilBC@gmail.com. It's at Broken Pencil BC on all things social, at Broken Pencil BC on what?
Everything.
everything and
everything. mayormedia.myshopify.com. There is an entire collection dedicated to the Broken Pencil Booking Company Pro Wrestling Podcast and radio show infused with hip hop. There is official merch available for purchase right now. You want to support the show? Get you some drip.
Look at the bottom right-hand corner of this screen right now. That logo right here and on your back. That's the version 2 logo. Really, it's the version 3. It's the version 3. But
we're gonna put the OG designs up too. Don't worry, we're gonna put the OG stuff up too.
For the t-shirt though, that's the version 2. I caught mine. Shouts out to the to Dinky, aka what's his name?
Shout out to Culture Ace. Shout out to Culture Ace Clothing. Tapped in with the gang. Got a shirt. It's in the mail. Fulfillment is in progress. Top and high quality grade things is being pushed out from here. We have vetted this collection extremely closely.
Long time coming, bro. It's been since season 1.
Bro,
long time coming.
We might even make this shirt available. We might.
Take it easy. Scan
we
me.
We might. That might be something cool for the day ones. You might
have
to have
one more shameless plug. Not a sponsor though.
Okay.
But he could be.
Okay.
A man Skywalker.
Hey, you've gotten your fragrance, right?
Both of them.
Both of them?
Both of them.
You got 2 separates or just 2 of the same?
One of each.
One of each. See, I'm behind.
Wolf by Crispin version 1, Wolf by Crispin version 2. I got both of them.
Look, so I need to get both, but I gotta tap in with Skywalker anyway because I need to get his firsthand reaction and input on my fragrances.
On your game?
Yeah, I have 2.
Like your own?
2 of my own cologne fragrances that I had tucked away that I was only just wearing myself.
Nah, so this is a video moment, Suave. I honestly, we live behind the curtain right here. You need to get the handheld, the gimbal, run up on Skywalker and his place of employment, and get the live feedback directly from the man himself.
Indeed.
Like I said on Suavetoberfest Prime, it's art. We don't talk about art
with people who don't.
Talk about art.
Yeah, and I agree, and I will heed to those words. But we gonna link up soon so I can get my product. I can get both my fragrances, and then I can swap some notes. And yeah, because I really had not thought about going into production or into any sort of marketplace with it, but now inspiration works funny like that, and it's like, okay, let's see if this is viable on a level more than just my own taste.
Shouts out to my beautiful wife Sean on celebrating 12 years of marital bliss.
Gang.
It's work, people. If you want it to work, you gotta work on it. I shout her out to tell you this. Before we got the Wolf by Crispin, she went outside and got me some heat, bro. Bro, this heat, I can only show you off camera, or if I send you like a message on it, I refuse to bring that much bread on this screen.
I mean,
smell good is what we talking about.
I understand you refuse to bring that much bread on this screen, but do you see how much bread is already on this screen?
I mean,
I'm just talking to who I'm talking to. Whoever listening is whoever's listening.
Once again, you know what? That's all right. We'll
the truth will set you free.
We'll stop shaming the shameful. And on that note, it's time to play a game.
Hey. You know who ain't gonna win. You know who ain't gonna win. You know who ain't gonna win. You say that this again. I know who ain't gonna win. You know who ain't gonna win. You know who ain't gonna win. We say that this again. I want 1, 2, 3. Get your tail out. I want 1, 2, 3. Get the fuck on. 1, 2, 3. Get your tail out. I want 1, 2, 3. Get the fuck on.
I had to get my nana on. You feel me?
Hey, 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 hey. We already know who the sponsored by.
We already said it. Servo Vega Pro Audio, servovega.com. Bpbc is a code. Get you 10% off. VitaHermosaCigars.com. Be there. You know we're going to be at this weekend. We already said it. And then that's Oak City Cigar Festival, Raleigh, North Carolina. And then also Mayor Merch. Got
Yes.
Shopify.
The Mayor merch store, mayormedia.myshopify.com.
Oh, okay. You said Mayor Merch earlier. Okay, so
I did, and I had to go double check myself. So
okay, Mayor
we're
Media.
gonna tie it in with the main domain. Just everybody just chill, relax.
And just understand that is traditional spelling.
Traditional.
Mayormedia.shopify.com.
.my Shopify.
Oh, I'm sorry. Mayormedia.myshopify.
You see why it's going to have to be altered here soon. Don't worry about it. We're going to end up just putting a QR code right there, right where every episode is at.
We here.
Straight like that.
2 for 1 was, you know me. I'm cheering this. Saturday afternoon wrestling's back. It's bike.
Bike shot it. It's the last thing making my money.
We have WWE presents Worlds Collide featuring Triple I.
This would have been a perfect place for R-Truth to show up.
In a mask.
It didn't even have to be in mask. Just R-Truth in Mexico is just good for business. Maybe CMLL will figure that out.
Ooh. Then we'll really get him on Wednesdays and Saturdays.
Yeah, I'm advocating for the OG to get money and stay in your face.
All up in there.
You feel me? People over there, what's up?
If you feel me,
say what's up.
The levels of his hooddom is crazy. Like, you feel me? He added that bad boy in there.
My guy really do be sneaking some of the culture right out there in plain sight.
It's a Carolina boy.
Him, New Day, the Usos, and I'm trying to think who else really be sneaking stuff in. Naomi, Bianca, and Jade.
Jacob Fatu is out loud with it.
Yeah, Fatu ain't sneaking nothing past the front gate. He just carrying it, staring you in the face.
Yeah, that's wild. That's crazy work. Crazy work. Bring up the matches one by one because we're short one. So when we bring them up, we'll go to the one that we missing.
I believe we got 4 and 4. I added the one we were missing.
But there's 5 on Worlds Collide.
Is it?
Yep.
All right. So first.
Ooh, that's gonna be a barn burner right there. For just a tag team match, we have Stephanie Vaquer and Lola Vice taking on Chic Tormenta and Dalise. Suave, who ain't gonna win?
Anybody not on Vaquer's team?
This Stephanie Vaquer is your is she the whip? No, she's not the NXT woman. Oh, no, she was the NXT woman champion, but no longer. Still, regardless, you're not doing that to her, especially since she got 2 matches that day.
Now everybody knows I have not started back watching NXT. The strike continues. However, Stanford Logic has taught me, when in doubt, side with the people from WWE because WWE is going to look out for WWE at the end of the WWE day.
And that person in this case is Lola Vice. Next match, please.
Bing bong.
Oh, that's another good one. A fatal 4-way match.
Juice. That was a good one.
North American Championship. New champion, Ethan Page. All ego Ethan Page. Taking on young bouncy Javon Evans. Greensboro checking in. Taking on Laredo Kid. Taking on Red Phoenix. Suave, who ain't gonna win?
Anybody not named Ethan Page?
I hate the fact that that is the correct call. The reason why this is the correct call, not just the fact that Ethan Page just won this belt back, but wait, was he? Because he was NXT champion. Anyway, regardless.
Yeah, miss me with trying to know title lineage. I told you I ain't been watching.
Yeah, it might have been North America. Either way, regardless, this this show is taking place on YouTube. If it's a WWE property, this show ain't on Peacock. You doing something bad with your feeds, and YouTube ain't the one. Like I get it because it is international, but fam, you can't tell me that millions of people down in Mexico don't have access to Peacock. I digress.
I just feel like Ray Phoenix got a little bit too much juice on his name right now.
Juice.
That was a good one to be a mainstay in NXT, so you take him out of the equation. Then Javon Evans, I feel like, he has the Steiner math. He's got the Steiner math chance to win.
25%.
Yeah, he's the Steiner math pick. And then Laredo Kid, I mean, I know who he is. I know what he's capable of. How much airtime are you going to give him?
I think he spent too much time on TV in Jacksonville to be worried about getting any more shine in the E right at this moment.
And then here's the thing. It's Stanford.
Uh-oh.
Here's the thing.
Like we needed any more involvement from him on this episode. But, yeah, how far Laredo Kid goes in WWE, we do all know, is 100% tied to two things. One, his ability to be safe, not hurt himself or anyone else with his incredible moveset. That's rule one. Rule two, how much English can you speak fluently? Fluently, convincingly, and with purpose. If you can speak clear and fluent English and energy.
Oh,
energy with your English.
Gorilla Monsoon. Will you stop?
Yeah, all of that. If you can clearly communicate in English with intent and fervor, you will make money as a luchador in WWE. Thank you, Rey Mysterio.
And with him being down, they might as well go ahead and make him the Shawn Michaels of AAA.
Ooh, I hear you. I hear you putting stuff on the table.
I mean, after Lucha Underground, he did make a pit stop before he came back to the E. That's all I'm saying.
So, but with all that said, Ethan Page, anybody not named Ethan Page ain't gonna win.
There it is. Next one.
As we continue, kablam!
For the now, or should I say now for the III Mega Campeon, the winner and new Mega Champion,
new
Hijo del Vikingo, taking on Chad Gable.
So,
Suave, I hate to ask you this one.
No, you don't.
Who ain't gonna win?
Anybody not named Chad Gable. Look, I'm tired of playing with people. If I'm a swing big. Yeah, there's, again, what did we just talk about with Laredo Kid? There are two things that are going to make sure that you succeed in a WWE environment, which, until we see different, on paper, III is. How safe can you be? How well can you speak English?
The crazy part about this is we act like we did not know who the champion was prior to this. We've talked about this on this show, who the champion was prior to this match.
Mm-hmm.
This title just changed hands on Saturday, May 31st, my lord.
Oh, yeah, my lord.
I say, my lord.
Yeah, my lord.
25th.
Yeah, I
got it good.
Yeah.
Alberto Del Patron was the champion after
Reposado?
No.
Reprimando.
Reprimando, yes, I see.
Reprimando.
See. After a lengthy suspension for getting into it with a fan in Mexico. And then also after obliterating a TV set in Mexico last Thursday.
That's a word that is underutilized in society. Obliterate.
I wish you would use obliterate as much as you use diabolical.
Boy.
America.
I prefer to use villainous.
I broke out a new one today.
What's that?
It's not so new. It's just underutilized. Unhinged.
Oh my god.
Oh, there you go. So anyway, anybody not named Chad Gable not winning, I'm not mad at that. I just hate the fact that it would be literally a weak title reign and an unsuccessful defense. That turns the AAA Mega Championship to a boxing championship because those things would change hands match after match.
Not exactly. Because okay, follow me. We had this conversation during Raw when I said I think they would book Chad Gable / El Grande Americano to not only win the Mega Champion, but also there's an outside chance, the Steiner math chance, that he could win Money in the Bank. Now, my Stanford logic and my Triple H logic just says that's earmarked for Seth Rollins. However, Chad Gable and El Grande can get some mileage out of that. So let's say Saturday when worlds collide, we get Chad Gable going over. Now, El Hijo del Vikingo can chase, which would end up eventually making him a bigger star, not only to Mexico, but on the WWE roster because he's beat an established champion, which means you would have to give Chad Gable a respectable, extensive run. 6 months minimum. I would go for a year, but 6 months minimum. Go from Triple Mania to Triple Mania.
Here's a problem with that.
Okay, I'm listening.
Here's a problem with that. As much as you say, how well can you speak English? AAA is not an American entity yet.
True.
Chad Gable can't speak Spanish.
That's where he got to put in work. Or get a translator. As the foreign menace heel, you can disrespect the culture up until a certain point, and it all just comes off as just heel work. American made, functioning in Mexico is a money printer. Just pay for some extra security, fly private.
Can you imagine? What we're about to get is the filthy animals running AAA.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Congratulations to y'all.
Yeah, absolutely. The winner, the fans.
Facts. But here's the other part. If you feel like for whatever reason Vikingo doesn't check those two boxes, you have a built-in individual to take that title off Chad Gable. Cero Miedo, Penta. So you got more than one option you can deal with, and you gonna win. We know what Penta can do. Penta can speak enough. He can speak enough English and be safe enough. God bless Chad Gable, and that was an ambitious move they tried to pull off on Raw. Thankfully, everybody made it out alive.
Boy, Chad Gable's had a rough time with Penta the last 6 weeks or so.
I mean, Jesus. He does. He's a hammerhead shark, but still. My God.
Oh, man. Chad Gable was like a giant in Mexico. All right, give me the next match.
Hey, those are the four I got. What's the fifth? What we missing?
Oh, that's four? That was the four? No,
Yeah.
No, that was three.
That was four we just went through.
Bro, that's three.
Tag match. I see what you did. Worlds Collide. I went for the title match. Last one. Bing bong.
I act like I'm crazy.
Well,
The
Legado
del Fantasma featuring Santos Escobar, Angel Umberto, which will be an implosion, taking on Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr., Pagano, and Psycho Clown. I just told you who ain't gonna win, and that's LDF.
See, and here's the antithesis of what I had been saying. All three of the WWE participant products speak enough English. Just, when in doubt, you got to check all the popularity boxes. It doesn't happen all the time because you don't necessarily have the culture in the room that makes the decisions. And see, that applied to someone to where it doesn't necessarily apply to me. Fair, truth, and equality.
There's that word again. I feel like this is Pee Wee's Playhouse, and every time I hear the word truth, I just want to get all up in arms.
Call Lawrence Fishburne right quick. Tell him pull up on us. Pull up on the real one, baby. Come on now. Pull out that Jerry Curl wig and the cowboy hat. Pause.
Now the funny thing is, you went in this order. Oh, you never told me who ain't gonna win.
You did it for me.
Okay, bet. So as long as we're on the same page.
Absolutely.
Here's the missing match.
Okay.
The irony of LDF being on the match that you thought you had already called out, but the missing match is featuring Dragon Lee, Cruz del Toro, and Joaquin Wilde, aka the LWO, taking on. Here's a legend for you, boy, Octagon Jr., Aerostar, and Senor Iguana.
I'm probably gonna enjoy that show just because of the cultural aspect. Because where is this taking place?
This is taking place in Los Angeles.
I wanted Mexico.
And not just Los Angeles.
And I ain't making no jokes about Los Angeles is Mexico. Chill. I wanted this in Mexico.
This is taking place in the Intuit Dome.
Ain't no Intuit Dome.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's where Money in the Bank is taking place that night.
Okay, all right.
It's taking place at the Kia Forum.
Ain't no Kia Forums in Mexico, baby.
In Inglewood.
Yep. Maybe Kendrick will slide through. Squabble up. Squabble up.
No los nosotros. No gusta los otros.
So Def? Jermaine Dupri gonna be there?
Nah.
Oh man. They out there posing for pictures with Metro. I thought it was Atlanta's time up.
Well, we gonna walk across the street when this match is done, when this last match is done, and take place for the Money in the Bank. Literally right across the street.
Right across the street.
Right across the street.
And first match.
First match, Money in the Bank. The women's Money in the Bank ladder match featuring Naomi, featuring who is that? Oh, it's Julia, featuring Roxanne Perez, the prodigy.
Forgive us, some of these are new talents.
I had to look at the picture. It's small on my screen. Speaking of small, Alexa Bliss is in the picture.
Chill.
Taking on Rhea Ripley, taking on Stephanie Vaquer.
My God.
Pulling double duty. Suave ain't gonna win.
I'm gonna go out on a limb just because she the best thing smoking in Stanford these days, storyline wise. Give me anybody not named Naomi.
Bruh, right now, Money in the Bank is the last match I need to be trying to agree with you on. I said it on the internet. I've said it on here before. Episode 30. Live from Banker Boy Studios, Arlington, Texas. Shout out James. Gangsta Gutter.
What up?
I talked about how much I dislike somebody. And I know that I'm turning the corner on them when I dislike them so much to the point where I can't stand to see them because I know I'm starting to like them. Okay. Naomi's heel character, when she turned, I could not stand it.
Man, Naomi putting that work in.
The match she put on SmackDown last Friday against Nia Jax and Jade Cargill.
Well, welcome to our side of the street.
The heel work she's doing on social media to keep this vendetta active with Jade Cargill.
We got snacks and beverages.
The fact that she reached out to Montez Ford on his birthday and asked can she slide through.
Cold-blooded.
Your loser is anybody not named Naomi.
Talk Do you say, man, do you realize if anybody else was putting in this kind of work, if they had given this type of character work to Charlotte Flair or given it to Becky Lynch or given it to Bayley, the type of coverage and reaction we'd be getting right now about the work that's being put in? But there's a segment that wants to ignore the level of work that's being put in because of who's putting in the work.
Man, say.
It's okay to like people. It's okay to like somebody that they didn't tell you to like.
No one wanted to like Naomi with this, except for the people who wanted to like Naomi with this. And guess what she got? People like me who hated the fact and still turn around.
That now like Naomi. Look, when you do good work, good things happen.
They really need to start calling her Naomi Fatu. They really need to start doing that just for the sake of the conversation, because there's nothing more villainous with Jimmy and Jay both being faces on different brands, holding down the fort. Jacob turning the corner as a face, and he's a legit Fatu. Jimmy and Jay not even using the Fatu name. Solo not even using the Fatu name. Put us under Fatu on TV. That's all I'm saying. Give me the next match, damn it.
And next,
the women's intercontinental title match. Lyra Valkyria taking on Becky Lynch. If Becky Lynch wins, Lyra Valkyria not only hands the belt over to her, but she also must raise her hand. Suave, make me vomit. Tell me who ain't gonna win.
And if Becky loses, she never challenges for the Intercontinental Championship ever again. I think this is a foregone conclusion that anybody not named Becky Lynch ain't gonna win. I understand this experiment. I do. I get what they're doing. Lyra has performed well in this angle. But at the end of the day,
the day is over.
The day is over. You gonna be here for a while. We can circle back. We can spin the block on you, Lyra.
Lyra was another one of those people that fits that same mold. I was talking about Baron Corbin, episode 30. You dislike her character so much that there's not much more disliking you can do. You turn the corner on it.
You feel so bad for him, you start rooting for him.
This feud actually made her better on the mic and in the ring.
Actual factuals. I 100% agree with that. She's stock up in this situation. Now, some people are going to, well, never mind. Becky Lynch has something to do with it. Whether it's because she's the target or because she's helping coach her through this angle, she's very much stock up. Both of them are stock up in this situation. So congrats to you both for making great content.
And for that reason, Lyra Valkyria, you will not win, but the money will be in the chase and you will get your lick back.
Actual factuals.
Next match.
Bing bong.
For the men's, oh no, this ain't the men's Money in the Bank. This is the tag team match.
This is for the men's pride.
All right, let's talk about this for a second, Swab. Get that shit off my screen.
Listen, I'm trying to ruin wrestling.
Off my screen.
They trying to ruin wrestling. Why can't I?
Logan Paul gets thrown into a match with John Cena. Cody Rhodes comes to save Jey Uso, and now they're in a tag team match. So in arguably a favorite pay-per-view, easily one of the Power 5 pay-per-views from WWE.
Mm-hmm.
You got both your world champions in a tag team match. What is this, WrestleMania 1984?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Let's double back on this. Logan Paul is not even supposed to be in this match. You know who's supposed to be in this match?
Yeah, which further lets me know there's some things we're being told, but we'll never get to substantiate that are probably true. This whole thing about there's an internal struggle about certain people not liking other people. They can't get along enough to do really good business. So they kind of take shots at each other, and kind of it seems more real now than ever. Because Travis Scott all of a sudden just isn't involved.
And this leads me to think Speculation, pure speculation.
Okay, because he had been training with Dr. Huffman.
Miz allegedly not being renewed. Truth gone. Carlito gone. It's paying for some talent for one-offs. People on the table for this conversation: Cardi B, Travis Scott, Tyrese Halliburton, Jalen Brunson.
It's only one of those that would require you to release talent to pay for, and that's because they would be competing. Everybody else, you paying them for a walkthrough. That's a weekend spot at the club. That's like $100 grand, $125 grand. And I'm willing to say with Brunson and Halliburton, they already fans. So it's just tickets and autographs and a couple of seats.
Brunson and Halliburton both have merch on www.shop.com.
Okay, and a revenue split. A NIL deal with an NBA player.
The WWE cartoonized his Reggie Miller tribute for Halliburton's Reggie Miller tribute and put it on a shirt and put it on the site.
Boom. So cool. That I don't have to cut talent for that because that's an easy conversation. That might be a one-off to show up for the partnership, even though you a fan and you'd come kick it anyway. And then whatever the revenue split is on the merchandise that we licensed.
And I don't know if Cardi was already paid for that bag for the SummerSlam that she didn't show up for, but she back now. Boom. And either way, you ain't that ain't coming for free, especially now it's 2 nights.
I still don't see you cutting that many talent for not for no one-off like that. Like you imagine what she would have to be hitting you for Brock Lesnar numbers.
I'm about to say you were paying Brock Lesnar TV show episode money.
Brock Lesnar's per diem. Nobody's getting that. Like it's not even his per diem. You'd have to ask for his contract sum as a per diem.
And that's depending on how much the people that I named who no longer with the company were actually getting paid.
And if Cardi's at SummerSlam, that means we getting Stephon Diggs too. Which means Offset could do a run-in.
I don't know. I don't even know if that ink's still getting dry on that paperwork, bro.
Listen, you know people are not above
Hey,
self-exploitation.
Yo, the irony of you just saying that. You said Offset come in for a run-in?
For a run-in.
But you know who they just picked up?
Who that?
If Offset doing a run-in, it's only because if young Metro don't trust you, I'm going to shoot you.
And then there's that.
I forgot about Metro booming.
How could you? He just took pictures with Triple H.
Oh, man.
They want the culture in the room, but not the culture in the room, baby. What we gonna do?
We gonna put culture in the room, or we gonna put culture in the room?
That's all I'm asking. You want the culture in the room, or you want the cash?
It seems like the only culture we getting right now is yogurt.
Pre and probiotics.
Anyway, all that dancing around to get back to this plane that we need to land here. Throw that match back up now. Oh, geez, not that one. Not that one.
I was trying to move on past it. I thought we figured this out already.
Cody and Jay, John and Cena and Logan Paul. Who ain't gonna win?
Cody
and Jay, former WWE Tag Team Champions.
Cody and Jay ain't gonna win.
Thank you.
Yeah, just and furthermore, I think they beat Jay.
No. I think Logan beats Cody.
I think Cena beats Jay. I like your pick better because it gives Cody something to do for SummerSlam while he's waiting to get back with Cena before the year's over.
Cena pinning Jay does sprout a seed from fruit that was planted.
Exactly. He starts to question, why am I involved in everybody else's business? Ain't nobody coming to help me with mine. Him and Roman got to have a conversation at some point. I know everybody's, trying to end off angles and do stuff out of spite and poorly book stuff. They need to have a conversation that puts Jay the rest of the way over.
The conversation that Cena and Roman should have had 10 years ago that they tried to have, but they didn't let Roman get outside. They kept him in the house.
This needs to be like the passing of a torch type conversation. Like Jay now understands why the tribal chief has to be the tribal chief, but the tribal chief also understands that you are a tribal chief of your own, or I can pass this to you and know it's in good hands type situation.
Like, I'm still keeping this Ulafala, but just know that you really running this. Like this.
When I'm gone, you run the show.
Like, I know who my daddy is, but do you realize who your daddy is? Type shit.
However you want to get there, we need to be putting him over.
The Super Duper Oos. And rest in peace to the father of Super Duper Oos and another one of the NOIE family that has gone to glory recently.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Next match.
Hey, let me ask you this. You think there's an outside possibility that this new path with Jay ends with him getting with Super Mega Oos as his champion?
We're not done with that. And I would say that is probably like if I'm doing DraftKings, I'm probably saying that's like by Survivor Series is probably like an 85% chance that would happen.
Food for thought.
Because there's no world that exists where the NOIEs aren't in War Games again this year.
Hey, if they aren't, then it'll substantiate some things I think about who's in charge creatively.
And what I fear is going to happen is that we're going to end up getting only one, and that one being Jay, and that may be what turns the corner because he's the only one in there. For the men's, we'll talk about it later. For your men's Money in the Bank ladder match, this is going to be very, very, very interesting as we have Andrade no longer seeing Almas. God, I hate seeing this man's name, Seth Rollins. In Los Angeles, we get L.A. Knight. Yeah.
Strictly for the pop.
Solo Sikoa, Penta, El Cero, Miedo, as I keep hitting that.
Luckily, the graphics up, they can't see your gang signs all in the camera.
Gang signs out the window, you bitch.
Hoping all of them will offend you, bitch.
In Los Angeles, you bitch.
Yeah. See,
so who's the
hip hop infused, buddy?
Farm to table.
So Penta was after Solo. The last spot as of seeing Monday Night Raw, El Grande Americano.
Boy.
You see what I said?
Double duty. Can you imagine Chad Gable as the Mega Campeon and El Grande Americana as the WWE champion?
How far are these pay-per-views away?
Across the street.
Literally across the street.
Across the parking lot. Across the street.
They're going to do something with El Grande Americano and him trying to hide the fact that he's Chad Gable. I don't know how well they're going to produce it, but look for them to do something creatively with the transfer from When Worlds Collide to Money in the Bank. Somewhere between there, Chad will be involved in some skits or something in there.
Unless it was pre-recorded. We've already seen that when Chad Gable got arrested. No, when El Grande Americano got arrested and Chad Gable was backstage.
Right.
It was, I think it was the first or second night we saw El Grande Americano.
Like if you could really get outside, let's say El Grande Americano got busted open and bled on his ring gear, then shows up for Money in the Bank and ain't got no more gear. Like stuff like that. Or, just
the little things. Like
little things.
Like Michael Cole right now is acting like Roddy Piper calling out Tony Atlas for not being Samba Simba.
Bruh, everybody chill. We could have gone. You know how many episodes we could have gone without ever mentioning Saba Simba? You did this to us.
I'm always the villain, and it's okay. Because the villain is really the real superhero. Know that.
That's clever. Who ain't gonna win?
Show it again.
Blam.
Who ain't gonna win?
This is not as difficult of a question as you think it is.
I really hate to say this. Anybody not named Bad Bitch?
Hey, take it easy. Anybody not named Seth Rollins ain't gonna win, but my God, that is far outside, sir.
What if we got a seventh competitor into this Money in the Bank ladder match?
I would not be mad at it. What if it's Roman?
This is your daily acknowledgments. While I'm taking to the house.
Yeah. Pencil pushers, like, rate, share, subscribe, tell a friend, tell that friend to tell a friend, and then
tell that friend
again. Heads up, pencils down.
You know it's a show. We got to finish it. I ain't got no cans on, bro.
Whole lot of fucking gang shit.